Busini como o channel so ha AG Protects Abadi. Podcast of Saunia, a trenia and Mickey headlines, Najumre, na EDB, Exumo, Didia Roximus, and Net ED Kanya. Check so with my subscribe to the channel. It's a notification bell also. Share na for our council answer into me and Kabi. Nidim Roximu, quick one, Embo Ingro, a political highway. Now, Uniam, Kwame Aplus, a member of Parliament, Emma Gomoa Central, and Aminoka say, Maburubi etimi attack no ababon chinso abeyin ho ano efasa ensem no ho sa attack no best rock sem yemongro ensem no abra aye black rasta Ǎnджry na oboyin chiremu ya no ahye so mamza so AG politics abani first yembo ngro aye ensem no.
Stupid fool. MPA plus tears down constituent who insulted him in quotes. We all know the MP known as A+, don't we? Kwame Asari Obing is his government name. This is the guy, A+. Everybody knows him to be a man who likes to speak out his views. And he is not your ordinary MP. A+ is a musician. In the days, he released some big hits, and most of the time, he centered around politics and freedom of speech. Even as a musician, he fought against the system, including the Ghana Music Awards, and even Foresight Music Awards in the days when he told them point blank, I don't need any award from you. It was quite controversial. Every artist wanted to at least grab an award, but he came out boldly and told Foresight TV, forget about me. I don't need any award from you. You guys are corrupt. I remember that like yesterday. A+ is not new to controversy. A+ is a smart guy. In his own way, he knows how to maneuver his ideas and ways through almost every nook and cranny. This is Kwame Asari Obing. He surprisingly won the seat for Gomoa. Oh, yes. He became the MP. Not many people gave him a dog's chance. But he went in there and he told me in interviews we have had on this show, Black Rasta, I knew I was going to win that seat. My father had done a lot of work in that community and I was sure I was going to benefit from that. Oh, yes. And when I went, I won. And I'm going to continue winning until the end of time. I asked him why. He said, because I know what exactly my constituents need. Remember, I am a member of that constituency. Remember that I know my people too well. And there is nothing about my people I don't know. All I need to do is to work exactly the way the people want me to. And I will continue being the MP for as long as I want. Wow. Well, it at first sounded arrogant, but after he gave me the explanation, I understood that he was only telling me, I'm going to serve my people to the best of my ability. And my people just want that exactly. But he had a huge concert in his constituency, huge one. In fact, during the Easter, it competed with our usual Easter at Kwewu on the mountains. Now, when you come to Ghana, everyone during the Easter goes to one destination, Kwewu. Everybody goes to the mountains to celebrate Easter. A+ decided that he would divide the attention and share the crowd during the Easter. And he went straight to Gomoa and organized a huge concert during the Easter. And many pundits say that he actually succeeded in diverting the course of a lot of Easter holidays straight to his constituency. What did A+ want to achieve? He told us a few things that he wanted to achieve. It was on the 2nd of May 2026. Things happened. Oh, yes. My brother, my sister. Oh, yes. Yes, the 2nd to the 5th of April, 2nd to the 5th of April, 4 solid days of entertainment. Easter is normally in April. In May, he had already announced that something big was going to happen. I remember the day clearly. The 2nd of May, he was on TV and also on radio announcing to the whole world that Easter was going to come to Gomoa. He called it the Gomoa Easter Carnival. Hey! All roads led to Gomoa. Many were excited. Taxi drivers were excited. They had made a lot of money. People who sold their wares were so excited that everything was sold out. Hey, there was the candlelight procession. Aplus himself joined. All the big artists in Ghana, oh my God have mercy, were so excited that, in fact, a lot of respect had been given to the entertainment industry. And a lot of artists were invited to come and play. Oh Lord, Aplus made it. But after the 4 days of enjoyment, 4 days of excitement, 1 or 2 members of the constituency started to tongue lash Aplus. There was a lady who we talked about on this show who said Aplus should have concentrated on the roads, the bad roads of Gomoa, and not be coming there to do concert. In Ghana, when we say concert, in fact, the average Ghanaian sees concert, the word concert, as a joke. Somebody who is not serious. In the local parlance, when you say, oh, wait, or a concert boy, it means it's a joker. See? In the days when musicians were only seen as people who were not serious, that term was coined out of that. But Aplus himself, being a musician, put a lot of energy in this Gomoa Easter Fest. And many artists were there. They performed. And right after that, the tongue lashing came. It started with a lady who made a video and put it out on social media and said, Aplus must be wise. Those were the words she used. And deal with the bad roads and stop the concert. Aplus didn't really respond. But when we called him for a response, he gave us a quick one. He told us why he wanted to divert attention to his constituency for the Easter. He was looking for investors. He was going to build a certain waterfall, artificial one, in Gomoa that will attract the whole world to his constituency. He said when the investors come here, they will build the roads. When the investors come here, hey, a lot of them will be coming for the lithium that we have in Winneba and beyond. A place called Ewoya. My brother, my sister, in the Mankasim area. Oh my God. Aplus had a game plan. But floods all over Ghana. Oh my God. The president was in an helicopter flying all over Accra to see exactly what was happening in the country. The whole of Accra was flooded. Places that have never been flooded, they got flooded. Oh yes, including hills. We lost a lot of lives. We are told about 13 people have died so far. And over 50,000 people have been rescued. There was even a case where a rescuer himself almost got drowned. The president flew all over Accra and beyond. For some time now, Mr. President has been talking about the floods. Demolishing exercises have been going on to rid the waterways of structures and obstructions. Mr. President was all over the place and he told us exactly what he saw. And these floods have made some constituents in the constituency of Aplus, where he's an MP, also start talking about Aplus as if to say he's a concert boy. First and foremost, let's check out Mr. President. Let's hear what he has to tell us in that helicopter ride. And when he arrived, he continued to talk to us about what he saw during the flood. Watch this.
We just finished an aerial tour of Accra to inspect the flooded areas. Unfortunately, the flooding has been very extensive today for several reasons. One, the recorded rainfall today is one of the highest in several years. The Meteo are looking at approximately 140 millimeters that was dumped on Accra. Last year, the maximum rainfall was 56 on a single day. And so the volumes are much higher. And so there are many issues to the flooding in Accra. There's climate. If you look at the rainfall pattern from 2024, 2025, 2026, you see that increasingly every year we're getting more rain in Accra than we used to get. GMET say that in 2024, for a period of 30 days in June, we had 85 millimeters of rain. And then in 2025, it increased to 172. And then in 2026, for the same 30-day period in June, it increased to 333. And so the waterways are not getting a chance to recover before more rain is dumped. And the wet days are more. Out of 30 days, 22 days, it kept raining. And so there were only 7 dry days or 8 dry days in June. And so that's the climate side. That is an act of God that we can't control. But then there's also the engineering and the man-made causes. That is, like I said before, Accra is built between 2 natural bodies, the Kwapim Mountain Range and the Atlantic Ocean. And before Accra was built, the streams used to flow through this plain to reach the sea. Now, the British brought the capital to Accra, and in those years it was not a problem because Accra was a very small city. But as the population continues to increase and people continue to build, it restricts the path of the streams on their way to the Atlantic. So that's an engineering problem. We need to see how to open the channel so that the water can pass. But then there's also the other aspect, which is attitudinal and human behavior. That is dumping garbage in the drains, putting all kinds of items in the drains after we finish creating waste. Instead of sending it to the appropriate place, even in the air, we discovered many illicit dumping sites where the wetlands are. People have gone to create a waste dumping ground, and they charge 20 cedis for the aboboya to come and fill the waste into the wetlands. And when it has filled sufficiently, they sell the land to people to come and build on it. And so we need to, one, look at it from an engineering perspective in terms of how we can open up the channels, but at the same time look at how we can identify all the buildings that are obstructing the waterways. We've said this many times. I'm tired of hearing it. But anytime you begin to take action and you start breaking houses, people think that government is inhumane. But when the problem arises like this flood, it affects everybody. And so all of us have been affected because of the conduct of a few people blocking the channels and preventing the water from passing. And so we'll call a National Security Council meeting. We're asking every district to identify, together with the Works and Housing Ministry, where the blockages in the channels are as they pass through the district assemblies, so that we can earmark those places for removal. We'll not only break the houses, we have to move the rubble out of the way, because there's no use breaking a house and leaving the rubble in the waterway. It's just the same as leaving the house. And so it's going to be quite a major issue in order to resolve the problem of Accra. But ultimately, the other solution will be to decongest Accra. And that's why we're planning that we move some of the city out, that is the major government departments, and then also create a new center of growth so that our people will start building outside Accra in a new city, instead of everybody looking for some space in Accra to build. So, but that's a long-term solution. Like I said, it's a 20-year project. they are still working on the designs. Once they do that, we'll demarcate. People can start buying plots. If they like, they can start building houses. We'll do the roads, bring the water and electricity so that it eases the pressure on Accra as a city. But I just want to express my sympathy with people who have lost property. Loss of property has been very extensive, and I want to thank the military, NADMO, the police, and the Hydro Works and Housing Ministry, and all the emergency response team, 48th Engineers Regiment, for the rescue that they did. I've seen many of the videos where people had to be carried out of their houses. They deployed their boats, and they helped to save quite a lot of lives. NADMO will do what it can to try and identify the victims and see how we can just support them in a way in the next few days. I've asked the Minister of Finance to release some money from the contingency fund so that we can do some post-flood relief for persons who have been affected. And so let me again express my sympathy, but let us change our attitude and let us find a permanent solution to this Accra flooding problem. We shouldn't become like the vulture who, anytime it is raining, he says as soon as it stops raining, he will repair his roof. And then as soon as it stops raining, he says, oh, it has stopped raining, so there's no need to repair the roof. This time should be different.
So this is Mr. President flying around Accra and pinpointing some of our bad attitudes when it comes to disposing refuse, what you call rubbish. Mr. President is telling us this. And when you look at this, this is supposed to be Ǎnɖry, right here in the heart of Accra. It looks like a garbage point. Flood waters carrying so much garbage. And when you look at it, it's all plastic and some wood. My brother, my sister, at least some 13 people have died. The figures keep increasing, and a lot of them children. For how long can we continue seeing this? Many are devastated. The president has earmarked so much money as relief efforts. How much money did the president give out? 150 million Ghana cedis as relief efforts for people who have lost so much. And then another 150 million Ghana cedis to be able to fight floods on the way coming. In other words, prevent floods. So the 150 is going to be used to fix temporary drainage systems and waterways. As he said, the long-term effort is supposed to be able to remove some of the offices, government offices in Accra, to some other areas of Ghana, so people can move into those areas and start building. It's a long-term plan, and it says it's supposed to be done over a period of about 20 years. My brother, my sister, this Accra problem of flooding has been something that has been with us for quite some time now. And it looks like, though we have the answers, it is difficult to fix this. Mr. President has been engaged in a lot of demolition exercises around and educating the people on proper attitudes in terms of dealing with rubbish disposal. Well, this has affected a lot of people in Accra and beyond, and even outside Accra. The perennial floods.
We in some of the team course or channel, so I'm not so your bread. I send us over in the